Hi, everybody. I'm Sean Worthington, lead scientist at CloudCoin, and welcome to CloudCoin Live. We're trying to do a show every Friday, just kind of go over the things that we've been working on. And we also want to have a chance to answer your questions, hear your concerns, and see if we can be more responsive to you. Now, you should know that CloudCoin is a project, and it's not a company. And we are part of the CloudCoin consortium. We do not own CloudCoin or control it. There's another body called the Raida that's in charge of the counterfeit detection system. And so it's kind of hard to figure out who's who and what's what. But we are part of the consortium, and we are very interested in making CloudCoins the currency in which can be used all over the world to set human beings free, to give us 100% privacy, to allow us to escape from the tyranny of governments all around the world, and just to make people happier, more prosperous. Today, I'm going to start to talk about what we did with the Game Developers Conference last week. I'm going to tell you some of the achievements that we've done this week, and then we're going to open it up to people say that we're running late today. We're figuring out how to do this, but I can tell you this is going to be a regular occurrence. I think it's going to be very informative. And so if you're interested in CloudCoins, you're in the right place at the right time. We'll try to do this every week at a set time, and we're still figuring that out. But I think we're doing pretty good so far. All right, so let's talk about the Game Developers Conference. Last week we got to go, and we brought seven or eight of our people. A lot of programmers went there, and some of our game developers went down there, and so did our president of Raida, which is a corporation that is a consortium member. And I got to go down there, and we got to meet with all of these big name developers. And so I actually got to meet with these big dogs. I won't mention any names, but some people that are some serious developers, and we got to talk to them about monetization. And one of the things that I learned that I didn't know is that one of the biggest problems that video games have as far as monetization is making people sign up for accounts. And so it's actually a lot of work to sign up for the blockchain, download some kind of a wallet that might be 150 gigabytes, and to be able to handle all of this signups and everything. And that's one of the things, of course, that CloudCoin does very well. We don't have a public ledger, and we don't require a sign up, and you don't have to log into anything, and we don't have to authenticate you, and you don't actually have to own anything. All you have to do is have possession of your CloudCoins, and they themselves have the authenticity data within them. So that makes it very easy to get started. It makes it very easy to end. It makes it very easy to trade, because we're just passing data back and forth, and occasionally we have to then pwn the coins. And so actually the word pwn comes from the gaming industry, and it means for us password owning. So when you get some CloudCoins, you've got to take all of those authenticity numbers, you've got to change them so that you're the only one that knows them. And we just made all kinds of contacts, people that may be interested in investing in some of our other projects. And one of the people that we met, his name is Ariel, and he is with Godot. And Godot is the world's biggest open source game engine. And we got to learn about Godot, because to tell you the truth, we didn't know much about it. And he got to learn about CloudCoin. And we've decided that we're a perfect match for each other, and that we're going to make it so that anybody that uses the Godot game engine can quickly go to the Godot store, where they keep all of the modules that you plug into your code, and they'll be able to download the CloudCoin module and get it working within their system. We had a meeting today in which we included some of our programmers and our project managers, and we can see that we're going to have to use their language, which is kind of a version of Python, and we don't have any SDKs in that language right now, so we're going to have to go ahead and do that. That's going to take some time, maybe a month or two, but we're going to have that going, and we're going to get that over there, and they're going to plug it right in. And that's going to make CloudCoin only the second currency that they use, and I bet you it's going to dominate their monetization, and everybody's going to have a chance to see CloudCoin from that perspective. And I think it's going to be a big hit. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if CloudCoin comes to dominate the gaming industry very quickly. It's very exciting. There just is not that many players in this industry. It's open. It's pretty much an open field. We deserve to dominate because we have the best technology, and I think that we're going to do very well, and this is just opening the door. But that's not the only company that we talk to. We talk to many different game developing companies, but this is the one that we were able to really seal the deal first, and we expect many more to come in the future. And one of the issues that we talked about when we were talking about the developers is how can they create virtual goods or digital goods within the game that they can then sell, or that they can bring out of the game and bring into another game, or that they can bring out of the game and save on their laptops or desktops, and then they can bring back into the game when they want to. And in reality, CloudCoin has to be in some kind of file. And so these game items, they have three-dimensional architectural type files, and we can embed CloudCoins within those. And so that makes it possible for us to authenticate whether a game item is real or whether it's counterfeit. And so this is a huge usage case. And interestingly enough, we've already been working with another organization that we're doing something very similar. And but needless to say, I think that we're going to see very quickly that CloudCoins can be used as digital items within, or let's call it digital collectibles within video games. That is a big, major achievement. So, as some of you may know, the Raida is a counterfeit detection system, and it's one of the world's first. The blockchain actually does it as well, but the Raida does it much better. And because of that, we have been working over the past few months with a company, and that company is called Celebrium.com. Celebrium.com is going to create collectibles in which a celebrity can create a certain number of authentic files. And so, for example, you're all familiar with baseball cards. You've got a baseball team, and they've got a baseball player, and they get these baseball cards, and there's a certain amount of them made, and that's it. And those over time become valuable as they become more rare, and also as the star becomes more famous. But they can also become valuable simply because they're fun to collect, and you can have a collection, and you can put your collection up with pride, and that's very enjoyable. And so people have been collecting things for as long as we've had people, I reckon. And so collecting is something fun and interesting. I like to collect myself. And so now we're going to have digital collectibles in which people are going to be able to purchase and download an authentic celebrity collectible, and they can then store that. They can sell it. They can show it to their friends, and they can even turn it into some kind of wall art or wall painting, but they are going to be the owners of that. And there's going to be a limited amount of those, and that's called Celebrium. And so I have heard today, I just went to their website today, it's called Celebrium.com, and right now you can start purchasing these Celebrium pieces. Now, they don't actually have the stars out there yet, and they don't actually have the actual the pictures that you can buy, but you can start pre-ordering them, and without seeing them. So that might be a very big opportunity for you. I think that they're giving a very good deal right now, and that's Celebrium.com. But this is going to demonstrate that this technology is good for just more than just money, and that CloudCoins can be used for more than just money. They can also be used for collecting items. It could be huge, and I'm sure it will be. So it's very exciting, and so I'm very happy to tell you about Celebrium.com. And by the way, if you've got an idea, you might want to think about using CloudCoins for it, because Celebrium.com is not done by the CloudCoin Consortium. It's done by another group, and you could do the same thing. You could do something similar if you can find a use for CloudCoins. The third thing that I'd like to talk about that is a big deal for us is on the retail front. And everybody asks, well, where can I spend my cloud coins? What can I buy with cloud coins? And that has been an area of frustration because we're a new currency. And although there are some groups that do take cloud coins, it's actually no big online retailers. And so now we've made a agreement with a online retailer, and they're going to be the first group to take, I should say the first big marketplace to take cloud coins. And that website is called xyzbuys.com. That's xyzbuys.com. They are a virtual mall, and they allow people to go there and sell stuff on their website. And in fact, you could do that as well. You can go and sign up and sell your stuff on their website. And they're going to be accepting cloud coins. And they're also going to be giving out cloud coins as rewards for people that make a lot of purchases. So in this case, the cloud coins are kind of being used as a coupon or some kind of incentive or some kind of reward. And so that's a new thing, as well as just the whole retail use. They are using PHP. We've already created the PHP web development kit. And so we think that we can get that up and going very quickly. In fact, we've already called a meeting for our developers to meet with their developers and get everything going. Of course, there's a lot of details that have to be worked out and the mechanics of it and what they want to do. One of their ideas may be that they're going to create an XYZ coin. And the XYZ coin is going to be based or powered by CloudCoin. And, we can take cloud coins and we've got the default images, but we can change those images so that they meet any coin that we want to do, or any coin anybody wants to do. And we can also fractionalize them. So we can take one cloud coin and through instead of going to the Raida, we go to something called a Cloud B. And the Cloud B is a server. And some people say that B might stand for bank, but I say, no, it's not bank. It's business. Or something else. Anyways, this Cloud B server can issue fractions based on those whole cloud coins, and you can create entire currencies based on these fractions. And so we might see an XYZ coin in the future as well. We're going to get all those details worked out in the coming weeks, and so that's going to be very exciting. I think that's the major things I was going to talk about. I will tell you that everything in our organization is getting better. Everything's growing. We basically have 5 layers. We have the Raida layer, the software layer, the liquidity layer. Now we're getting into the liquidity layer. And I just expect a whole bunch of advancements and improvements and the value to go up. Now I think we're ready to answer some questions. Are you ready, Chris? All right. Of course, that assumes that somebody's watching.
Oh, yeah. We're at the 10 for a second.
And so if you're part of the 10 people that are watching, we appreciate you being here. And really, we're just, trying this thing out, and it's going to be every week. And I think it's going to be the authoritative source of news for you about CloudCoin. And of course, we're going to post this on YouTube and different places so that you can watch it later at your convenience.
Sean, if you have any online questions, you can take one of mine.
Okay, sure.
I'm a high school student. I want to get into cryptocurrency. I'm thinking about CloudCoin. Besides just investing in CloudCoin, what other benefits are there for someone who's young and who's thinking about cryptocurrency?
Sure, there was a...
And be sure to repeat my question.
Oh, sure. So the question is that I'm a high school student. I'm interested in cryptography. I want to get involved with CloudCoin. Why should I get involved with CloudCoin, and what can I do to get involved with cryptography? So right now, there's been a big giant boom in cryptography and a bust in cryptography. So we had a bubble, and a couple months ago, you could hire a person who knew about cryptography as a programmer for about $160,000. So that's a hot job market there. However, since the bust, now we're seeing people become unemployed as cryptographers, and I think that cloud currency is going to dominate, and I think that the age of cryptocurrency is going to fall. I think that we're starting to see the dawn of the cloud currency, and of course, there's only one right now. And so I think that it might be, it's a good thing to know, but it might not be the future And so unless you're in it right now, it might not be the place that you want to direct your attention to. Now, when you get into cloud technology, you almost get into a different field of study. And so cryptography is definitely computer science and falls under computer science. But there's another field, and that is computer information systems. And computer information systems has more to do with the cloud. And so when you talk about trying to get servers staying up so that they don't go down, that is not a computer scientist's job. That is a computer information systems person's job. And so you might want to think about choosing the major of computer information systems, become a system administrator. There's lots of different credentials out there. For example, the Cisco Certified Network Associate is a very admired and revered certificate that you could get without even going to school. I mean, actually, it takes you probably should go to school for it. But some other ones are the Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer. At least in my day, it was engineer. Now I think it's experts. Microsoft, it's the MCSE. That's a very good one. Learn about databases. And so if you could become a database administrator, that is wonderful. If you are going to get into programming, you might want to think about database design, because database design is a field that I found essential to creating CloudCoin, and it is a field in which I've been studying at a PhD level, and that might be the future. But the problem with cryptography is it takes a lot of processor power, and that's going to use a lot of electricity, and then that's going to generate a lot of heat. And then you've got to cool that, and then you've got to power those coolers, and that's going to take more electricity. And I forgot to mention the fact that you got to buy chips, and those are very expensive. And so what happens is that cryptography is very inefficient. When you compare it to CloudCoin, we've got something called a Raspberry Pi. It is a little computer. You can actually run a Raida node off that. You don't even have to send the codes through the processor. The codes can actually go from RAM using something called DMA, direct memory access, right down to the network interface card. We don't even have to process these things quite often. And so it's so efficient that I think we're really going to see cloud coins just dominate. They are better in every way. So we got another question.
Abigail Magley asks, what's the best way to start buying cloud coins, and are there minimum levels of investment?
Sure. So Abigail asks, how do you buy cloud coins, and are there a minimal minimal amount of buying it? And so one of the things that you should know is that that is a difficult question in sorts, because the way that CloudCoin gets into circulation is not by selling it. And so there's not a central place that you can go and just buy it. And there's no ICOs. Instead, what happens is that people all around the world, we're talking about system administrators, lots of system administrators, we're talking about programmers, quality assurance people, we're talking about project managers, game designers. The number grows every day. There are people that are paid in CloudCoin. And when they get the CloudCoin, they can then, if they want to, turn around and sell them. And so we have a lot of different people selling them on their websites. They're selling them in different countries, and they're selling them at different prices. And so you might go to the United States website. Now, last time I checked, that's cloudcoins.us. They were selling cloud coins at 10 cents each, and they were charging, they had minimal amounts, and so you had to buy packages. At least I think. And so, it's their site and it's their business, and I don't want to quote them wrong. But so that's, one option that you have, and you might have another website like there's something called cloudcoin.in, which is India. And there you can buy one CloudCoin node at a time using your Visa MasterCard. There is cloudcoin.digital. They will accept Bitcoins and Ethereum and other things like that. And there's cloudcoin.exchange, and that's an actual exchange that you can sign up, and you can find people that are willing to sell by logging into that and signing it up. And it is a person-to-person exchange, which means that there's no escrow process or intermediate. And that's the only way to get around the American laws, is to not actually have the website hold any dollars or hold any kind of cloud coins. So right now it is kind of a difficult to get it. However, we are working and are in talks with an exchange, and they have verbally agreed to accept us on their exchange, and they have put it on their list of things to do. So we hope to have an exchange. You just go to exchange and you can buy. That'll make it much easier. But right now it's kind of like the Wild West, and I'm sorry about that, and sorry about the confusion and the inconvenience. All right. So I think it's about time that we wrap up for this week. I want to thank you all for coming and attending, and I hope you learned something. And next week we'll be right here again, and with more good news.
Let them know that if they have any questions, they should post them to our Facebook page, and you will cover them in the next show.
Excellent. And if you have any questions, please post those down below in the comment sections, and I will go over those in the next show. Thank you. Bye-bye.